like to start, I was going to ask you, every team's going to go through phases during the season. Or is there any concern at all that you guys have, kind of this little 3-game stretch going where you haven't won? Or is that something you just figure is just one of those things you're going to go through during the course of a year? Yeah.
Oh no, obviously it brings attention to some things. Obviously when you refocus as a team, and we're almost a third of the way through the season. So we've kind of reflected this week. It was our week we had circled on our schedule here, our calendar, to look where we're at and assess where we're at. Obviously we get a little bit of a funk offensively here. I'd like to get back a little bit on that. I think it was some guys finding some way there with new positions and added new line mates, but it wasn't. We didn't generate a whole lot last weekend. If there's any concern, we'd probably be on the offensive end of things there with that. But for the most part, you're going to have highs and lows. It's what we do to get better here in a nice little bit, and try to come out this weekend with a little bit of energy in behind us, and try to put that behind us.
How important is this weekend too? With after this, you're kind of on the road again until January, other than the St. Lawrence game. But how important is it to kind of do something with one of the two games here this weekend?
Well, no matter where it is, I think in ECAC, I think it's pretty shown that the teams there's a lot of good teams in the league and a lot of parity, and it's going to be hard to win any night anywhere. I think you got to take care of home. So obviously, with that being said, the importance on your home games, because there's a lot of good teams in the league, and going to be tough to win and take points on the road. But for the most part, I think it's just every game's important, every game's critical. We're going to try to focus on Friday night here, put our best foot forward, and then we'll regroup and focus for Saturday.
I was going to ask you about a couple of individuals I was going to talk to today. First with Howden. I hadn't really asked you about him individually yet this year. What's impressed you about how he's played as a freshman for you so far, James Howden?
Well, he's been good. He's really stepped in here and evolved here in the penalty killer role for us, and he's been physical. He's come along here with his patience and all that with the puck and everything, but obviously he's playing a ton of minutes for us. He engages, he's competitive. A lot of good things there for him as a freshman. He's assessed himself, and the speed of the game early on was a transition period for him in terms of it, and didn't take him long. And from that perspective on, it's been good. It's been a good transition for him.
And with Pollock too, I was wondering what you thought of how he's played recently. He had the one goal for you guys last weekend, but.
Yeah, not bad. I think with Adam, I think it goes back to the situation there where he's taken on a little bit more of a role with our injuries here, so he's asked a little bit different for a while. He really assessed himself into a penalty killing role. And ate some good minutes for us. Was tough to play against and all that. He's evolved into a little bit more of a role for us here with injuries. So, he's skating well. He's kind of come into his own a little bit in terms of that thing. It's just a situation for us. He's someone that can shoot pucks. You got to get to critical areas and all that. So he's doing that. He's a very good player.
Thanks.